2025 is about to get a little bit worse with the latest news surrounding Don West. This is All Gas, No Trash. My name's Adam, and welcome back to the program. Welcome back to a brand new episode. Before we get underway, we do have to do the Game Rage No Curse Minute, where we kill the first 60 seconds of the program in order to play nice with the YouTube algorithm. Firstly, I would like to give a quick thanks to everybody that has been listening on RSS, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you've been listening. We appreciate it, especially those on YouTube. I've noticed a little bit of a bump in our official playlist, which is not only helpful to us, but also to the artists that we featured in 2025. So please continue to check out our playlist, support the artists that we have featured, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as usual. That is the Game Rage No Curse Minute. All right, so let's get to the news itself from Don West and his Instagram account. I'm going to read it verbatim. Hey everyone, as some might be aware, I had some health issues arise on tour in Europe that have followed me home. I've been in hospital since I landed back in Australia, and the doctors have advised that I need to remain in their care a little while longer. So unfortunately, I won't be making it to America. Fear not, I will make a full recovery very soon, and I cannot wait to get to the United States and beyond. My team will begin working on new dates for 2026 that I'll make sure to share as soon as possible. All tickets to this tour will be refunded at the point of purchase. I want to apologize to everyone that bought a ticket and made plans around the shows. I am sorry I couldn't make it happen. Thanks everyone for the love and support, and I can't wait to see you all next year. Love, Don. Well, hopefully he's in a better position now health-wise than when he was touring in Europe. And we wish him a speedy recovery. And ultimately, yes, this does mean that the US tour is canceled. And for anybody that was planning to see Don West perform at the Troubadour in Los Angeles, that is no longer happening. And you will be refunded your money. And what a clusterfuck, man, for Don West. I mean, to be already down, but to have a dead horse beaten, that is the unfortunate situation right now. I mean, talk about the fragility of human life, right? You're at the mercy of your own body. For artists, especially when your vocal cords or your hands or feet are your money makers, well, I mean, if something happens to you where you're injured or, whatever it might be, you have to comply with your body and make sure that you're recovering properly and things are going well. Otherwise, I mean, you might never be the same. And for Don West, I mean, hopefully he makes a full recovery and everything works out. But as far as like the implications for all this, I mean, shit, doing a US tour is kind of a big deal. I mean, it would have galvanized people that listen to his music to potentially turn into new fans. And that'll mean people will be streaming his music, and for the people already streaming his music to come out to the shows, to buy merch, and well, obviously to buy a ticket. But, that whole feedback loop is basically collapsed, or it takes all the wind out of his sails to build momentum for his debut album, which again is coming out November 14th. So any hype or momentum that was being built off of this US tour is now being thrown out the wayside. So yeah, a bit of an unfortunate circumstance for Don West, but once again, health is wealth. Always put yourself first and get everything right. And hopefully there's a silver lining in this situation. I'm not sure what that is at this moment, but hopefully one arises. And I'd like to add, after the fact Don West tours on his own in the US, I would love to see an Australian soul invasion at some point. I know you'd think that there aren't probably enough artists to make that happen, but at the moment, there is Don West, Wilson, Emma Thompson, and I would even include Surprise Chef to some extent. But I think in order to sell the impact or the value of Australian soul, if there is even the conceivable idea that there is a negative perspective about soul music being done anywhere else besides the US, I think having these four artists or these four bands collectively tour in the US could change a lot of perspectives and even be called a movement in the same way that Penrose Records inception here in Southern California has been discussed as a movement with bands like the Altons, the Sacred Souls, the Sinceres, Los Yesterdays, Vicky Tafoya, who recently passed away, rest in peace, and whatever other artists are part of the Penrose record label. I would love to see Australian soul be discussed in the same way, because I think it is just as good and just as valid as any Penrose or Daptone artists. And yeah, I would love to see something like that happen in the future if it is at all possible. I know each of those individual bands or artists have their own booking agents, which could potentially mean it could be difficult to line everything up for those four artists to be on the same bill, but I'm just throwing it out there. I'm throwing it out there for the sake of hopefully maybe something could happen. But yeah, I keep saying that every episode that we do something with Don West or with Emma Thompson or Wilson, who we are going to do an album review for her second album in the coming weeks. But anytime that I mention these three artists, I feel like I'm always pitching this idea. But anyways, I've been rambling for too long, so I don't want to go any longer. Yes, a bit of a solemn episode for All Gas No Trash, but hopefully everything works out for the best. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you all next time.